Hello everyone, this is Marcus Photog, Dallas fashion photographer. I'm in a suburb area of Dallas called DeSoto, Texas, kind of in the woods here, doing this review. I'm doing a review on the Sigma 85 1.4 art lens. I have it connected to Canon 80D. Most photographers shoot with the Canon 80D, just love the focusing system. So the focusing system along with the 1.4 aperture of this 85 millimeter lens should work perfectly. I did a few photo shoots this weekend, so we're gonna look at those photos in a minute. So let's look at the lens from the beginning to the end. There's a nice hood on here. Man, see how big that's a nice size hood there. It locks on really well. It's perfect. You're not gonna lose it. It's not gonna come off. When I take this lens cap off, I look into the glass and it's like, man, this is well designed lens here from Sigma. It looks like Sigma reviewed or checked out all the other lenses on the market and said, hey, let's do something different here. The design here is perfect. People fight about the weight when it comes to cameras. I love glass. I don't have a problem with weight. It pretty much has the same weight as the 70-200. If you shoot with the 70-200 2.8, has about the same weight, maybe just a touch heavier. But this is 85 millimeters, so it's a prime lens, and you know me, I'm a prime lens shooter, so I'm gonna shoot with the 85, I'm gonna shoot with the 50, I'm gonna shoot with the anything in the 35 millimeter range. But since I'm using a crop sensor, this 85 is actually like shooting with a 135. So if you go by 135, you're gonna really have to stand back if you on what you're photographing. So on crop sensors, I recommend the 85 millimeter lens. And like I said, I'm a prime shooter. So there's this grip on here. It's perfect. If you're doing manual focus, I do manual focus every now and then. And when I'm doing manual focus, I love the window here on the focus. You can see your distance and focus here. Some of you guys don't look at that, but I actually do look in this glass when I'm using manual focus, especially when you're doing video. Right here on the back, you can see that, but man, it keeps your hands. There's no slipping. If you had oily or wet hands, man, this grip back here, man, you're not going to lose the lens. Hey, I can actually photograph like this if I had to. So I'm not going to take it off. You guys can go do that at the store. When you get professionals, but there is like a little rubber gasket on the inside. Some are saying it's for weather. I don't know. So I don't really have any weather issues, but I don't shoot in the rain. I don't care if it's weatherproof or not. So I'm not a type of guy that's going to shoot in the rain. But it does help with the sand. I do shoot on the beach sometimes, so it does help if you like shooting on the beach. Keeps the sand out of your sensor. Right here on the side, they have the auto and manual focus. Everything is right in grip. Anything you want to do is right in grip. You don't even have to be looking at it. Everything's ready to go. The cool thing I like about prime lenses is that when you're on a subject and you're in focus, it's almost like having a rifle in your hand, and it's like you're right on it. So all that zooming in and out, I like to just be right on it. If I have to move around with my subject, then I'm okay with that. You kind of get used to it if you're used to shooting prime with prime lenses. I did a photo shoot outside in the street, so I'm a street photographer. So when I used this lens, I kept it at 1.4. I didn't make any changes. Everything was photographed at 1.4. So if this lens is supposed to do what it's supposed to do, then 1.4, let's see what you got. So we're going to close this out, and we're going to go to the computer and look at some of the photographs that I had. I'm going to show you some fashion shoots that I did from designers this weekend. And I'm going to show you, I was at City Hill High School. I did some video with it, and I also did some stage shots as well. So this is the Sigma 85 1.4 art lens. Man, I love the weight on it. Look at my hands, they're real big, so I can't even get my fingers to touch all the way around. But I'm cool with that. It looks good when you're photographing. I know everybody like to use all these little small little cameras. I mean, if you like to travel, that's fine. But when I'm ready to perform, I want you guys to know that the king is in town, and that's Marcus Vitag. Y'all know me. Come join the magic. See you guys at the computer. Okay, everybody. I'm in the lab. This is Marcus Vitag. As promised, I want to show you guys some photos that I photographed. I'm gonna pull up this one from this weekend, and I want to talk about the details. And remember, I was photographing with the Sigma 85 1.4 art lens, and I was doing a high-speed sync with this particular shot. And this is the model tie, little designer clothing going on here. And now these are all unedited, so I'm going to show you the photos that are unedited. That's only fair for me to just to be showing photos, and when I edit them up, then you'll be thinking like, oh, okay, this guy's playing around. But like I told you, I was when I photographed with the Sigma 85 1.4 lens, I left the aperture at 1.4 on all the shots here. So let's check out this shot here. I photographed this one at 1.4. Shutter speed was at it says 4,000 right here. Yep, it was 4,000. Remember, I'm doing high speed sync, so ISO is at 100. And of course, 85 millimeters, the type of lens we're actually using. And I'm shooting this on the Canon 80D, real good camera. So please don't underestimate this camera. I'm telling you. I want to show you guys the detail, because I shoot for designers, and the clothing and the detail of the clothing have to pop out. Especially when there's designs and there's these types of fabrics and stuff like that. When they're selling their products, the type of fabric and all these things, it has to show up. And you notice that in this photo, I told you from head to toe about checking out these images. So let's go to the head first. And let me zoom in some here. And man, look at, wow, amazing. This is what I'm talking about. This is what you're looking for. And by the way, the software I'm using right now is the raw reader from Photoshop. So of course, I'm always shooting raw, so you shouldn't shoot anything. If you're shooting JPEG, then you must be photographing for your kid's party or something like that. Don't care about the results of your images. Honestly, I believe that all cameras should just come raw, period. So one day, hopefully I have like a full raw camera, because raw has so many colors and details. Sometimes you make a mistake. You can always make changes in raw, and I usually talk about that when I'm doing my photography classes. But man, look at the details here in the hair. Remember, this is unedited. Look at the hair. You see it. Hairline. You see the sparkles. See that sparkle right there? Man. Yeah, we were dealing with, me and her, we were talking about allergies, and my allergies was killing. Hers was killing, and you can see a little bit of allergy thing right here going on. Sorry, Ty, it just popped up, so don't get mad at me. I'm just showing these people how good this lens is. And man, even down, look at here, threads. See the threading? See her arms? She works out too. Look at that flex muscle right here she got going on. Look at the fabric. That was most important. See this fabric here? See the lines in the fabric? Man, that's the stuff that has to come up when you shoot for designers. The type, look at it. You see the type of fabric it is. Threads. Now remember, I'm shooting at 1.4 the full time. Look, scratches here on the benches. I told you I wasn't playing around when I told you I was gonna get a full review. Let me zoom back out of here and go to fit in view. Man, look, even down to let me zoom in a little bit more here. Sorry. Look, look at the things in there right here. All the debris from the trees there that we're shooting under. I mean, you can see it in detail right there. even down to the stitch right here. I mean, this is head to toe, like I told you, with this lens. Look at the stitch, man. And I'm telling you, it's not just because I'm an excellent photographer. We already, look here, details. We already know I'm an excellent photographer. The thing is that I was photographing this with the little 3 speed light setup from Shanny, using a radio trigger. And man, this is at 400. I mean, I'm sorry, not 400. This is at 1/4000 of a second at 1.4 with an 85 millimeter lens. Remember, I'm using a Canon 80D, so really I'm at a distance of a 135 millimeter, maybe close to 136. I don't know. 135 is just a number to remember. So, man, perfect. So let's go on to the next image here. Let's check out this image here. This is another shot that remember this is unedited, so just want to show you that. Remember, this is still Ty, the model. We're still shooting for another designer here, and man, hey Ty, is your nose running? Nah, that's not her nose running. It's just some glitter here that are sparkles that she had on her face. She'd kill me if I showed a picture of you guys with her nose running. Well, she probably won't kill me. Yeah, even down to the neighborhood scars that she has. I mean, you can see the details. And remember, this is unedited. And usually, when you see the final results in here, there's a trick that I show people on how you fade out these shadows on the faces. Lip line is perfect here. Oh, you know why I'm here? I'm gonna show you a trick on. Let me be real quick about this because we're actually doing a review here. Yeah, sometimes, digital cameras and sometimes with film, they come in a little bit too hot, right up here in the whites. That's why a lot of times you'll see us, drop some of the highlights down so you can kind of get to see that. You see the details like perfect once I drop those highlights down. But I wouldn't fool around with the exposures too much when you're doing that. But anytime your clothing is coming in a little bit too hot, especially around the whites, because look here, you want to see that little, see these in the design, man, it's perfect. And the shot I showed you before this, it was at 1.44,000 of a second. This is 1.4 at 6,400 of a second. Now that's popping off fast. And this is, once again, it's still a high-speed sync. And I'll just show you a little trick on what to do with the highlights. But, sometimes you can come up too hot and it looks like that. But you want to just tone it down just a little bit like that. Not too much because that's when your whites start looking like it's gray. Just tune it down just a little bit. And just to get some detail, that's all you need to do with those particular shots. But, man, look at the detail. Man, it wasn't a joke. Look at the hair. See that? And the cool thing about this shot is not only am I looking at detail from head to toe, but the background blurred out. I mean, that's pretty powerful when we're talking about a lens, man. And I'm telling you, I'm not missing shots on here. Usually when I'm shooting with the 50. From Canon, every now and then, I'll lose some shots. They'll blur out or be out of focus or something like that. But man, when I was photographing this camera, man, I was hitting like 98% of the shots with no problem. Okay, so let's go on to the next image here. It's a nice shot, by the way. Man, photographer's good, ain't he? Photographer's good. Oh yeah, let me show you this one here. Let me show you this one here. And we were just playing around, and I was testing. Actually, this is a test shot that we were doing. And the only reason why I'm showing you this test shot is because we're in the middle of, you guys know me, we're in the middle of the street here. And let me tell you something. When you're doing photographs in the street, always go over the rules with the people I'm about to photograph. You do not block traffic. You do not get out there and you just interfere with the flow of traffic. All this is timed. We time these with red lights. So, and we're doing red lights and crosswalks. So, just for the record, it is not legal for you just to stand out in the middle of the road and just block traffic and interfere with the flow of traffic. You know, you can't do that. Somebody will call 911 on you, or somebody might get hit. So you want to be safe when you do these particular when you're photographing in the streets like this. So we just timed it with the red lights. And by the way, this is a one-way street, so that makes it simple. So when you're doing shots like this, use one-way streets and use crosswalks. That keeps it legal. And using crosswalks, you got 13 seconds. So we knock all this out in 13 seconds. But what I want to show you is that, man, I am so far away from her in this shot. And you can even see the wrinkle here in her face. And I wasn't even photographing in high-speed sync. This is like 1.4 and 400 of a second. And usually, really, I'm supposed to get a shot like this, I really need to speed this up, because when you catch in movement, because she's jumping with the bags, being excited about it. Usually when you catch in movement, you know, you want to be a little bit fast on your shutter. So that's why you get prime and fast lenses. So, but still it worked out, even at that. One other thing I want to show you here is, I know how to fix this real easy. It's a simple fix. But most people will be like, you want to know what this is in a lot of images. A lot of times if you're shooting, if you're too slow, well, let me just say it's too slow. Oh, you see the lines right here in her chest, man. That's pretty to the point there. That's detailed. What this is just reflection of brightness coming back to the lens. That's all it is. It's an easy fix. The only thing is how to prevent this is just changing your exposure. The thing is that this is a little bit too bright in the exposure, so that's why you're getting that. So see how that highlight is? It's just too bright. And like I said, it was just a test shot. We were just practicing on timing in the street. So, and if you did a photograph like this, it's still easy to edit. I mean, you can look that up on YouTube. I mean, it's easy to learn. So, but yeah, man, look at it. I mean, still with this shot here, see how the streets and everything kind of fade out, and she's staying in detail, I mean, all the way down to her shoe. And like I said, I shot this a little bit too slow, but I mean, even here, Scar, Victoria back shows up perfectly. Colored nails, everything. So just thought I might show you that one. Let's go on to the next one. Hey, on this image here, I want to show you the video quality. I'm here at City Hill for the high steppers, and I'm not gonna really call out the model's name, but if you're in this area, you know who this model is. She's a dancer model. Man, she's done a lot of great things. Her mom's just birthing performers. So, but believe it or not, I'm about to show you a video, and it's just paused right now, and I am in a very dark situation where the lighting is hard to get a hold on. And remember, this is video, so all that shutter speed talk, you know, when you're doing video, that's different. So, and to be honest with you, since this is video and I need to make sure that everything was to perfection, on this video, I'm not shooting at 1.4. I'm actually shooting at 1.8 for a reason, because I did not want too much blur on these ends around her. I wanted everything in this position to stay in focus and kind of let it fade off like a little, like, you know, just like you would see in the movies. And when I play it, man, it's gonna look like you're actually watching it in the movies. look at the details in this, man. It's like ridiculous. This water bottle out the way here. Even before I play it, I mean, you're starting to see how great this Sigma 1.4 85 millimeter lens is, man. So I'm gonna go ahead and push play so you guys look at that, man. The details is a killer, and this is hand holding. I'm holding it with the hands, by the way. So I don't have it on a tripod or nothing like that. Look at that. Man, this lens is ridiculous. And, oh, by the way, I am using my Canon 80D to film this as well. So a lot of these focus points, man, it's killing. So if you're going to do video, I mean, the Canon 80D, man, is really... it's really on point when it comes to focusing. So, I mean, all the way down to the details, man. That was perfect. So I showed you the photo shoots I did. So I showed you the photo shoot that I did downtown. Also, I just showed you a video. There's one more image I want to show you before we go. Okay, before we go, I want to show you one more image here. And this one I photographed at 1.8 for a reason. I told you why I had to do it at 1.8, because I wanted to keep this in focus, because this is actually the person I'm photographing here. So it's at 1.8, and believe it or not, I shot this at 1/60 of a second, and my ISO was 1250, and I'm still using this 85. I could have went down to like 1.4 and just brought the ISO. Probably did real good at maybe 800. But I wanted to get a little bit up on the shutter speed some. And like I said, this is a very dark situation. But let's zoom in and check this out. Like, look, detail from a distance, man. And this is with the Sigma 1.4 85 millimeter art lens. I'm telling you, this is the first day I picked up. Well, what I'm saying, this is the first day I ever photographed high steppers here at this high school. So, man, I mean, look at that, down to the teeth. I mean, her mom's been taking good care of her teeth, so you know she goes to the dentist. So, and then I had to slide a little joke in. But man, look, hair, detail, and look all the way down. This is perfect. So I just want to show you guys some detail. I mean, some looks on how this lens perform, and I think I really believe I really nailed this for you guys who's interested in. I really believe I nailed this for you guys who are interested in buying prime lenses. Like I said, I'm a prime lens shooter. So Sigma 1.4 85 millimeter art lens is the go-to lens right now. I'm just telling you. If you're into photography and you want some professional work done, if you want to do some professional work and get some good looks, this is a good step up if you can. And if you're still getting good looks on what you're already doing, that's fine. But I mean, I was still getting good looks on what I was doing as well. But I noticed a large difference in imaging ever since I started using this Sigma 1.4 85 millimeter art lens. So I'm gonna close out here. I think I showed you guys some good looks here. Please subscribe. I mean, I have some more. Just checking out one other thing. I know you guys caught me in a pause here, but I was looking. It's almost like she was taking a sneeze right there, but she's not. Okay, it's just her closing her eyes. I was like, did I catch somebody sneezing? Yeah, even on the corners of this, look at the details. I mean, I'm not even photographing her, and look at the details here. Man, perfect. I know I was supposed to be closing this review out, but this caught my attention. Down to the details. Go back to fit view here. But I'm gonna go ahead and close this out. And hey, I'm Marcus Patag. Please subscribe. I have plenty more videos that's gonna be coming up. I'm actually doing gonna be doing a shoot tomorrow. I'm gonna kind of video that with the GoPro, so we'll get to see how good that works out. I'm gonna actually video the shoot while I'm actually photographing, so you can get some real hands-on photo shoots, good looks, whatever. Let me close this out. Hey, this is Marcus Patag. Please hit subscribe and like and comment. If you had, please, comments are always welcome here. And if you something you could have did better, if I said something here, I should have used some different terms, then I apologize. But I was just trying to watch my jargon so everybody else can understand what's going on. Other than that, hey, I'm Marcus Patag. You can catch me on Facebook at Marcus Patag, IG at Marcus Patag, Twitter at Marcus Patag. My website is marcuspatag.com, and that's MARCUS photo G, Marcus Patag. And hey, guys, I appreciate you taking the time out to listen to this review. We'll see you on the next one.